Hello?
Yeah, yes, I'm still I just need to go back to that class, but yes, I was following along up until I got disconnected.
Perfect. That sounds really great, Crystal. So, see, as long as you're learning it and you don't face any sort of challenges, I'm happy, right? But if you get stuck anywhere, please do ask me. All right. And Mr. Elvin, what about you? Were you able to complete the other open VAS that we were working on? Like at least whatever we did?
I didn't reach over there. I have to finish some more.
Why? What's wrong? Are you facing some technical difficulties? Something's wrong?
Yeah, when I'm doing at the time, the net was very low, so it was not connecting. Some of that problem was there. So I will try this more, and also I will have any issues. I will get back to you. That will be good. Bye.
Right, right, right. So guys, so today what we are going to do is I want to some touch base on OpenVAS, right? And move forward with that, and also analyzing vulnerability reports as well as what I want to do today. Okay, so OpenVAS vulnerability reports, and I want to do a little bit of SQLMap as well because I want to show you guys how that works in actuality, right? And possibly in the next class we'll start with system hacking and all that. Uh, Right. So, guys, how was your internet bandwidth today? Is it proper?
Yes, okay. I hope this.
Okay. Crystal, what about you? How long are you intending to be in today's call, Crystal? Would you take the entire class or you have work in between?
I'm able to stay today's class.
Okay. Okay. If you're going to drop, that's also still fine. But ensure if you're dropping, you are looking at the recording. Okay. So, as long as you're looking at the recording, learning whatever we are doing in the class, I'm very happy. Okay. Dominic,
Okay.
and your network is restored, correct? So,
Yes, I'm back online and everything is working as it should be.
perfect, perfect, perfect. And your machine's proper?
Actually, I had an issue with Nessus. I also reached out to the Chef Solution staff. I let them know, spoke with someone, and I sent him screenshots of my issue I was having. And I thought he was going to
Mhm.
reach out to you, but I didn't ever hear anything back.
They have not reached out to me. I do not know why. I'll follow up with them. But what was the issue, Dominic? Was it a major one?
Yeah, I was following along, but I came to a step and I did what you did, and it wasn't working. So I was troubleshooting a few things, but I don't know why it's not working.
Okay, makes sense. So possibly what you can do is in today's class, we'll check that out as well. So ideally, guys, so today we have to finish all the vulnerability tools. And from next week onwards, right, we're going to go a little bit fast, right? So we have to cover system hacking. We have to cover wireless network security, malware analysis, penetration testing methodologies, and all that stuff. So I'm going to go fast from next week, but not today. We will cover everything. I hope you guys will be able to pick up the slack, right? I mean, you guys are doing really good for the last couple of months, and I am really happy that you guys are, able to hold on to it. But from next week, it's going to be a little bit faster, right? It should be fine with you folks, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, great. All right. Coming back to this. Yeah, great. Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So again, OpenVAS. Dominic, so we've done the setup for OpenVAS. I request you to go back and look at the OpenVAS videos. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So let me just quickly move this inside. Yeah, there we go. Replace the file. Perfect. Let's start with the fresh screen. VMware Workstation 16. Right. So as always, I'm going to fire up two individual PCs. Right. So this is my Kali machine. VMware Workstation player. And did you touch base on Bash? Mr. Elvin and Dominic. I know Crystal is already good with it, but where are you guys
Yes.
standing with respect to that?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, done.
Are you guys quite comfortable with it?
I'll have to
Yes,
go
yeah,
back,
yeah.
and go over it. But yeah, we can continue.
Okay, well, let's let the machine boot up and we'll start. I think the Kali machine has shut down in the last class, so its GUI services, bugging out. So I may have to do a slight restart again. Okay, so if you guys get a similar issue, don't hesitate. Just simply restart your machine through restart guest.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Kali. Dennis. Yeah, if you guys can see now, this one's also booted up. Guys, have I shown you the WP setup? How to do WordPress setup for DBW WordPress?
No.
No, right? Okay, then it's not required for you folks. We've only done just DBWA, right?
Yes.
Yeah, then I think this is sufficient. So guys, one more thing. Once you update your Kali machine, right? So it's gonna ask you, it's gonna act a little bit slow and cocky. The reason is very simple. When you do a distribution upgrade, it's going to basically reduce the speed, and because it's completely upgrading itself. So that point in time, you would have to increase the RAM capacity.
Okay.
Manual reading. Why is it taking the manual? Quickly want to show you guys a quick heads up on this. Allow me a minute. Panel settings. Okay, so this is 2024.4. So previously I had 03. So 2024.04 is a rolling release that came in the last time I upgraded my Kali PC. And hence you guys can see that there is a little bit of a workload that it is processing. All right, so how do you see that? You see this, right? So it is showing you how much consumption is happening on a CPU level. Okay, so memory is relatively okay, but still it is always advisable if I can increase the RAM. Right, so 4 GB is what I've given. I'm going to make it 6 GB. So it is balanced and in equilibrium with my core system as well. Okay, so if you guys feel your systems, your Kali machines are a bit sluggy, The quick fix for that is you increase the RAM for your Kali machine. CPU is still fine. It will be able to handle with the amount of CPU it is presently having. But increasing the RAM is highly important. Now I understand some of you all have like only 8 GB of RAM. So you guys cannot do anything. So you guys will have to stick on to the slow machine. But if you do have the feasibility of increasing the RAM, you guys will have to do it. Okay.
Okay.
And only as long as you're learning cybersecurity, you guys will have to work with VMware. But once you guys finish learning cybersecurity, maybe you can convert your existing laptops into a fully fledged Kali laptop, right? By completely installing Kali and all that.
Okay.
So I'm going to come over here, settings. So right now it's at 4 GB. I'm going to make it as, bring it in between 4 and 8. Little bit. There we go. Looks good. Say okay. So why am I keeping it at 6 GB? You guys might be asking, why not keep it at 12 GB? Well, that's a valid question, right? So the amount of RAM that I have for you folks, see this. So now the amount of RAM that I have is about 16 GB. All right. So when you have 16 GB of RAM, your system will, the default Windows operating system will require 4 GB to run its own operating system tasks. All right. Now, if I'm allocating 6 GB to my Kali machine, right? So then I also have to think about other softwares that I'm running. I have my Google Chrome browser that is running. I have my other applications such as, Task Manager, Zoom, Zoom Screen Share, all these other applications are running. So we have to ensure that they don't get impacted by this process change that you're doing. Okay. So hence I'm only allocating 6 GB so that the other remaining RAM is occupied and utilized by my machine. Okay. So this particular laptop that I am utilizing has a capacity of 32 GB of RAM. All right. So I'm just keeping it at 16 GB because I'm able to do most of my work. But ideally, the actual machine that I use for my work is about, it's basically a 12 core processor. It has about 36 GB inbuilt, to 512 GB of SSD, and it also has an additional hard disk. And those machines will ideally have to be way more powerful. So usually the companies that you go to will give you a laptop, or if you're learning for it, you will have to modify your existing laptop to meet the demands of your learning. Okay. This is something that you guys can figure out on your own. So, but yeah, this is something that you guys have to think about even from now, even before you get a job, right?
Okay.
Dominic, and I think Kristen is aware of this. Dominic, what about you? Does this make sense to you, Dominic?
It does. I think that my laptop may be one of the ones that I can increase it on though.
Yeah. See, ideally, the laptops that you guys have, right? You can just add a RAM to it, and there's something called as dual boot that you guys can do. Okay. So possibly I'll give you guys that as well. Maybe you guys can refer it. I'll give it to support team and they can help you guys out with it. Great. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Coming back, let me play the virtual machine. Hopefully now it will not be that sluggy. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, Kali. All right, it does seem a bit fast right now, but the CPU usage is going to be as is. So I'm not concerned about the CPU usage. As long as it is fast, I'm happy with it. So usually this happens version to version whenever a new instance is released, right? So your machines tend to be a bit more cocky than usual.
Mhm.
Give me a minute, huh? Yeah, great, okay. So next up is what, okay, memory now seems stable, it's 33%, so this should be sufficient for us. And what is the processor utilage? 40%. 40% is ideally okay. Now, when we are running OpenVAS is an analysis application, right? So that said, any analysis application that you guys are going to be running definitely does use some computing power. All right. So how do we run OpenVAS? So there's a command called as gvm start. Right. For those of you who were not there in the last class, did you guys get a chance to look at the GVM, guys?
No, I didn't make it to the very last class yet. I'm
Okay,
still
okay.
catching up.
Guys, give me a minute. Please give me a minute, guys. Where else start? Guys, extremely sorry. I had to pick up that call. Yeah, coming back, guys. So again, if you see, even after me allocating 6 GB of RAM, I have like bare minimum, like 1.2 GB available for me to do my regular tasks. So this is the reason I only allocated 6 GB of RAM. Okay, yeah, let me go and put the password over here. So this is starting the GUI. Oh, okay, I think there's an issue with the user. Guys, I'm gonna create a new user for my reference. I'm gonna say sudo run user hyphen new underscore gvm hyphen gvmd ph user is equal to Dennis is, oh my bad. Maybe reset the admin password itself. That should, take less time. So bmd user equal to admin new password is equal to 33456. 33456. Okay. So we did face this issue in the last class as well. So both of you all know, Dominic and Crystal. So we did create a new user. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing right now. So run user. New, V, EA user is equal to Dennis. Password is equal to 12345. Oh, we don't have a GVM user group itself. Okay, so now GVM setup. Okay. Guys, am I audible? Dominic, Kelvin, and Crystal?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
Okay, great. So for your information, guys, I'm just rerunning the setup because the user is having some information on my local machine. So there could be multiple reasons for this issue. Um, Maybe the record of the user could have been corrupted while I was doing something else. So in order to safely recover it, I'm running the command sudo gvm setup. So usually you guys have to get accustomed to these sort of setups and error resolvings in the setup stage.
Okay.
So this is the one that takes a lot of time. Scanning, all that stuff happens automatically. You guys don't even have to do any sort of inputs. This is the one that is, going to take a lot of time. Okay, so this is going to take a while. If you guys want to go grab a quick water or something, you guys can do that.
Okay, thank you.
Lucian, is it working for you locally? Is it proper?
No, home is not working. Net was not that much good, so I
Mm-hmm.
stuck in between. So I didn't do. I tried my level, but it's not going on. So yeah, today is okay. Oh, yesterday and all is not at all working. Today
Mm-hmm.
somewhat then it is good. I hope. With the climate conditions and all is not good over here for a couple of days.
Even you guys are having storms, is it?
Yeah, yeah, that's the reason I hope.
Okay. So you don't have this Starlink and all, huh?
No,
No.
no.
I heard that's actually more, even though there's natural calamities and all that, that helps you guys out.
Okay, let me try then.
Yeah, I'm just thinking out loud, Mr. Alon. Maybe if something works out, it works out. Yeah. So
Okay.
why is this lock taking so much time? My network is also not slow. I'm just trying to download it, but it's still, trying a lot. It's taking a lot of time to complete the update. Okay, so when this happens, there's no chance that I can, retry this. Right. So if I cancel it, right, I'll show you guys what happens when I cancel it. But heads up, when you cancel it, it's going to cause a sort of disruption in the open log file. It's bad to cancel it, but for the sake of experimenting, I'm going to cancel it over here. I'm going to let it run. So guys, what we will do is if this is taking time to run, after this, I'll talk to you guys about SQLMap, how you can use SQLMap for automated attacks. Okay, then we will move forward with other things. Okay.
Mm.
And
Okay.
because in the next class, we'll be starting with system hacking. SQL Map will make more sense to you guys doing it today. I think I've done a basic version of it in the last class as well. So today I'll run another a mid-level version of SQL Map too for you guys.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just going to cancel this installation. Control C is also not working. The lock is too bad, is what I assume. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let this run. So as I told, we'll continue with SQLMap. Okay, cool. So this OpenVAS, we'll come back and revisit it later. Okay. I'm gonna fire up my DVWA 192.168.136. So this is my local DVWA machine's IP address. Let me go ahead and open this. Maybe the machine offline. Change the IP address by any chance. Okay, the IP address is changed as 185. My bad. 185. Guys, meanwhile, I'm trying to get this machine up and running. I request you guys to keep practicing other things, guys.
Yes.
Okay. Before- before- 138. Okay. So the IP address has dynamically changed, hence the issue. So okay, coming back, 138. Okay. 38. Now, if you guys can see, this is the IP address that we have, and because of HTTPS, this is not working. Let me change the HTTPS to HTTP. There we go. Now, this is our DVWA machine. And now, what we are going to do is we are going to do password hacking. Okay. So, how many of you all know what is password hacking? Obviously, everyone knows it, but what do you guys think about password hacking? Guys?
And what do we think it is?
Yeah, what is password hacking?
I'm trying to find out what someone's password is.
Correct. And where does the password get stored? So this is like the precursor to password hacking, actually, not exactly password hacking. Where does the password get stored, guys?
This,
On a server?
the database or server.
Correct. Database or a server. You can store password in two different ways, guys. One is you put it remotely. So when you're putting it remotely, you put it in a database or a server. All right. So you use the use of a database, like let's say such as MySQL or PostgreSQL or MongoDB, any database for that instance. So these are used when you're working with websites. For example, your Google, probably your Venmo, whatever you guys are using. So all these get stored in a website. All right. So you have a second type of password that is stored, which gets stored on your local system. So these are passwords that are directly connected to your laptop's operations day in and day out. So it's connected over there. So what we do is we use those passwords to do all the regular work, and those are stored in your system. So that has two types of things. One is called as shadow file and the password file. So we'll see both. We'll see how we can get information from your what you call from DVWA through as a web application, and from your password as well. Sorry, and from your web applications as well. We'll see both of these and how we'll see how we can do both of these and achieve the required password cracking manners. Okay. So for this, you will be requiring two tools, guys. One is DVWA, which we already know, and you will be needing SQL injection. So SQL injection is also something that we have already learned. Okay. So what was the initial way of SQL injection that we saw? Hmm?
Yeah, putting some commands.
And don't tell me you guys forgot, right? Mr. Elvin, you remember?
Yeah, putting some commands over there.
Some
And
commands.
then
Dominic, what about you? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember.
Crystal, at least do you remember?
I
Guys,
don't
very bad. You remember SQLMap? DVW and SQLMap?
Oh, I think I do remember. I'm sorry, Crystal.
Okay, as long as you remember, as long as all of you all remember, I'm very glad. Okay, because that is very important. Okay, remember that.
Is
Okay.
that the MySQL and the SQL database software?
Yes, that is. Okay, let me fire up my DB. What's wrong with this?
So you're asking about the actual SQL language, like the syntax, or you just
Yes,
want
the
to know
SQL
what we remember
language,
from
what
it?
we learned. Yes, what do you guys
Okay,
remember?
okay, okay. Yes, I do remember MySQL.
Superb. And do you remember what tools we were using?
We were using a few different ones.
Mm-hmm.
You mean like the single line comments, double line comments, uh,
Exactly. Do you
insert
remember where we
info?
have
It's a
done
lot
this?
of. I have a lot of notes. I remember when we went over this.
Okay. Okay, cool. So you have two types of SQL injection where in one SQL injection you manually, test out a bunch of commands. That's one way of SQL injection. Then you have another way, which is blind SQL injection. So where do you use SQL injection? When you have to hack into databases, see if they're vulnerable to getting hacked, and that is the place where you use SQL injection. So the SQL injection attack that we are going to be running is basically an automated one. Hence, it is called as a blind attack. Okay. So for this, we are going to follow two procedures. Sorry, not two procedures, but a single set of operating procedures is what you're going to follow. First, we will initiate a request from here, catch it in verb suit, then we will modify the request and send it via SQLMap. So three steps are going to be there in this procedure. First, let us fire up our verb suite. Give me a minute, my machine is hanging. There we go. Okay, cool. Now it seems to be balanced out. Okay. Now, let me go and open verb suit. Guys, if this keeps happening, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start using my offer work laptop. Okay, so I'll not be using VMware. So would you guys be able to manage? Would you guys be able to make sense of it? Because just interrupting the class very much, and I'm feeling that there is no continuity because of the slow issues. So at least for me, I need to have a continuity. So from not this class, but from the next class onwards, I'll be switching to the other device, guys. So you guys will be able to cope up, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Super. This is taking so long. Because of this, I'm starting to feel that I'm not able to give you guys a proper KT because of the delays in the machine, guys. So operating system, operating everything and all is going to be the very same, guys. There's no change in that. Only thing is the machine is going to be different and it's going to be way more faster than what I'm having right now. Okay, so hopefully it's fired up. And this is taking too long. This go again for this JRE. Okay, delete. Next, start bar. Okay, finally, guys. Oh, why this is acting copy? Okay, it's still running, guys. Man, this is taking too much. Guys, I'm extremely sorry for this. The machine is really acting up. I'm trying my best. Please bear with me, okay?
Okay.
Crystal, Elvin, and Dominic, I'm really sorry for
Understand.
Yeah.
We definitely understand.
Usually my machines are really fast, guys, and I'm not feeling good with this. Okay, great. All right. So let me close this. Let me close this. Okay. It's not- Oh, through GVMD stop close with CPU status GVMD. Okay, now it should balance out. Let's see if it's properly working, guys. Okay, great. All right, DBWA. Now we are going to go to blind SQL injection. So for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate my Foxy proxy. I'm going to direct everything through my Foxy proxy to DBWA. Okay. Click on verb suit. Now we need to capture the SQL injection attack that we are sending. I'm going to say first, submit. This is going to send the same request to my DBWA. Right now, it is going without any issue. So you guys can see that the user ID is existing in the database. So this web tool that these guys have given is simply to check if a user ID is existing in the database. If the user ID is existing in the database, well and good. If the user ID is not existing in the database, it will tell the user ID does not exist. That's all. It is used to check the user ID. Okay, now see this. If I enter such a big ID, it's going to say user ID is missing from the database. That's all. So this is the agenda of the DBW application. Now, we are going to leverage this particular tool and try and check if this is vulnerable to SQL injection. So, first step, we try and identify if there is a direct database connection. So, based on this output, it is plausible to think that there is a connection to the database available to us because it is checking the user ID and giving us a response. So we can safely assume that this is connected to the database. Next, what we are going to do is we're going to go to our verb suit, turn on our proxy capture through intercept. Then we are going to send a request with a ID. Any ID, you can send any ID, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to take ID 1. So what's important for us is this URL. So this is more important to us from the perspective of checking whether we can hit the SQL map, sorry, whether we can hit the server using SQL map with the URL that we have. Okay. So in this regard, we have to gather a bunch of things. So from the same request, first and foremost, you need the URL because the URL is something that we're going to be hitting on the server. Okay. So let me come back over here. Okay. Now, from the perspective of SQL map, we will be requiring this URL. Okay, so we have to create this entire URL and okay. So security is impossible. So for the ease of our class, I'm going to make it to low. So it will be easy for all of us to get into. Okay, making it low. Okay, refresh. Recent. Great. So SQL injection client. I'm gonna pass ID 1. Great, perfect. Intercept is on. So methods are same. Capture the user ID, submit it. You'll get a request over here on the verb suit. You have to take it forward. Submit. There we go. Now If you can see, the request is going. All right, perfect. Now we will take a copy of this URL. Okay. Let's go to our text editor. So this is the endpoint. So this is something that we call as the endpoint that it is going to hit. Okay, next we also need the server information or the server's IP address. So the server's IP address is this. Okay, let's copy this. Okay, then after this, you need user information, which is cookie. Okay, let me come back and paste it over here. Okay, so what is the purpose of the server IP? So this is to
Okay.
attack the machine. So this is the URL to attack. Okay, this is the user's session information. So how will the system know, or how will SQL injection mimic the user? It mimics the user through this particular cookie settings that we are sending over here in the URL. Okay, so this is very important. So this is more from a session point of view. Session. Okay, now we have to create a URL using this. So what am I going to do? So if you have to use SQLMap, the command for SQLMap is something like this: SQLMap map. That's all. Okay, so it expects a parameter that you have to send, which is the URL. So I will attach that in a minute after preparing it, but this is the syntax of it. So SQLMap -u URL, then the cookie, so that you can mimic a user. Okay, so SQLMap -u, then you put the URL. Let's create the URL. So how do you know what the URL is? If you guys get confused, you can come over here to your burp suite. Okay, see this. HTTP 192.168.0.138/DVWA. This entire thing is the URL you have to submit. Okay, so I'm going to come over here. I'm going to say -u HTTP colon 192.168.0.138. Let's copy this entire thing. Okay, then after this, you have to pass the cookie. So in order to pass the cookie, what you're going to do is right after this, you're going to type -cookie is equal to, you just have to pass this information. Security is equal to low. I'm sorry, security is equal to low, PHP session ID is equal to whatever up till here. Okay, so this is then going to be used by the server for its own intents and purposes. So this is the command. So what we did using the IP address, the endpoint and the session variable, we were able to create the SQL injection attack parameter. Okay, now let me come back to my command prompt, terminal. Let me paste the code that I created, simply hit enter. So what it is going to do is it is going to oh, my bad guys, I made a mistake over here. I forgot to close the quote. Okay, copy, come back, clear everything, paste it, run it. Okay, so what this will do is this will automatically start checking for any sort of issues, any sort of errors on the SQL, on the URL. And by hitting the URL, what it is going to do is it is going to test and identify whether, whether that particular URL has any sort of errors. Okay. Great. All right. So now it is asking backend DBMS is MySQL. Do you want to skip tests payload specific for other DBMSs? Yes. So I only wanted to run only MySQL DBMS tests. So I'm going to say yes, hit enter. For the remaining test, do you want to include all tests for MySQL extending provided level 1 to risk 1 values? Yes. So if you see, it is automatically inserting random MySQL keys and combinations. Okay, so it is telling appears to be MySQL time blind attack. So if you guys can see, it is directly giving us what sort of attack it is trying to perform. It is performing a blind attack. So it is already telling us it is vulnerable to blind attack. So we can directly leverage that as well. Okay, so do you want to retry to find proper union column types with fuzzy tests? Yes, I want to do fuzzy tests and find it out. Okay, injection not exploitable with null values. That's great. Let's say yes. Let's see if it is exploitable with valid values. No. Random integers, let's try it out. So is vulnerable. If you can see, it tried values with 1 to 20, 21 to 40, 81 to 100. So it tried all that. It seems vulnerable. I'm going to say no because I already know it is vulnerable. I'm going to proceed further. So if you guys can see, get parameter ID is vulnerable. And after that, if you guys can see, this is giving you a payload query that you guys can run. Okay, so once you run the given payload query, you should be able to get certain information from the database. Okay, so if you see, it is identifying everything. See, the first category of attack it is given you is Boolean based blind attack. So you can simply copy this. And if you put in the URL, you should be able to see what happens. I'm just going to like duplicate this page. Duplicate. I'm going to stop my interception. Right. So after this parameter, ID, oops, my bad. Yeah. Let's copy this and put this in place of our existing ID. Copy selection, come back. Enter. So here you will see this information coming on top of the file, not at the bottom. So sometimes it may appear in the UI, sometimes it may not appear in the UI, but the agenda is that it is still working. Okay, so we can still perform user-based attacks and all that. I'll show that to you guys gradually. Okay. So this is error-based attack. So if some error comes from MySQL, you will be able to leverage it. So this works well on the command terminal, right? So if you guys can see, right? So this is basically a trigger error-based command. If you can see, this throws an error. Okay. And if you want to run time-based attack, you can also do that. It's going to create a time stop, or it's going to make the server sleep for 5 seconds before sending the database information. So again, it will also show that it is vulnerable to certain attack. Okay. Now, next time when this runs, it's going to give you the specific information. I don't think I ran the proper command. My bad. Let me copy this and run this again. There we go. So see this, now the server is taking like more than 5 seconds to load. All right, now it loaded. So basically, these are the commands that are, these are basically the SQL injections that are possible for us to do. There is more to this. If you want to retrieve what sort of database that you have, so you can rerun the same command by passing certain parameters. So what parameters do you pass for this? Very simple. If you want to get the databases that is available, you can simply attach something called as schema, and you'll also have to give something called as a batch. So what this will then do is this will get the database types available. If you guys can see, it is scanning all this information. So earlier when I was doing MySQL, I told you guys that we have something called as information schema, which contains the basic information about the table. So if you guys can see, this is able to fetch all the table information from the database that is attached to your DBWA machine. And if you go down, it will give you a catalog of everything. So once the command stops running, that's when you're going to get the catalog. Okay. So if you can see, it has neatly itemized everything and it is showing us these are the columns that is available. These are the tables that is available. See this database information schema, table MS, I know metrics. So if you can keep scrolling up just after the completion of the scan, you should be able to find DBW table as well. Yeah, right after this. Right. So if you can see database, DBWA guest book. So this is the table that is attached. Database DBWA users, right? This is a table name. So it has 8 columns. So from this, we can see that it is possible for us to identify the user information that is stored on the table as well. Sorry, on the database as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for and understand whether I will be able to see all the tables. right? So for that, I have to know which database I'm getting. So the database name is DVWA. So I'm going to come up, instead of schema, I'm going to tell -D. So -D stands for database. I'm going to say DVWA, and I'm going to fetch the tables from that database. So if you can see, DVW table has only two tables, guest book and users. So I am going to leverage the users table because more than guest book, users table will have a lot of information on it, right? So I'm just going to modify the last two parameters. I'm going to say hyphen show me all the columns that is there in it, right? The table name is going to be users -T. -T basically means your table. Users, put everything out in batches, right? So if you guys can see, these are the columns that is there in the table. We already know this, so we are just going to move forward. So if you want to get the username and the password, what you can do is you can run this command and it will finally reveal the username and the passwords that's available. So you say -dump -T users and you put out in batch. See this? It's going to dehash all the username and passwords as well. If you guys can see, it is cracking the password also, right? This is called as password cracking. So where it guesses the password hash and decrypts the password. Everyone seeing this, what's happening on my screen? Dominic, Elvin, and Crystal, I
Yes.
know Crystal knows this, but what
Yes,
about you
sir.
folks? Right? If you see, this was
Yes.
the hash, this is the decrypted password, right?
ABC 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Yes, ABC 123, and if you can see admin 1234. So default was password. I had changed the password to 1234. It was able to decrypt it, right? So basically, this is how easy it is to get someone's username and password just by trying and identifying one single vulnerability. If you identify that a particular web application is vulnerable for a SQL injection, so you can get all their information, right? Sometimes what happens is, like, let's say you have dominic@xyz.com email ID. So you use that for your notifications, you use it for your bank, you use it for your day in and day out activities, and and you put the password the same on all the websites, right? So they get access to your email, they get access to your password, done, everything is done. So they will have any information that they want with this credentials that they already have, right? So this is how a lot of compromised data, ends up in the wrong hands, right? This makes sense to everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
This is a full batch. So this is why purposely I kept off SQL injection binding without doing it in the last class. So I can give you guys this at the right time. So does this make sense to everyone? Anyone has any questions?
No, it's good.
Okay, I
No.
understand you guys will need the commands and you guys would have not seen it. So I'm going to give you guys the commands. I want you guys to quickly try it out right now in the class itself and ask me any questions you guys have. Okay?
Okay.
So again,
So I
guys,
have a question.
yes, Mr. Elvin, please
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, the 5 minutes interval you have kept to reload, you can increase that with whether we have added any additional input to increase the time limit or something like that, or you had copy and pasted the same command over there.
Where?
No, in the DBW web page, you made an interval for 5 minutes, right?
No. That was not for DVW. That was actually for the other, for that GVM, for what you call OpenVAS. There was issue with the log file.
No. Now you in SQL injection, SQL injection.
Hmm.
So we made a time limit over there now to for five
Where
minutes,
have I
five
put it?
seconds or something. Five
Where?
seconds. So you copied and pasted in the browser area.
Oh, that attack. Okay. That is simply an attack, Mr. Elvin. That's an attack. That's nothing else. So you can increase it. You can increase it to 10 seconds as well. So that's completely fine. You
So
can do
how
it.
you will increase the that time limit?
I'll show you. I'll show you.
Okay.
See, where is that? See this? This is basically a blind attack, right? So time-based error attack. So see this here. Select 1480 from second, sleep 5. So sleep 5 basically means
Oh,
sleep
for
5
five
seconds.
sleep 5. Okay, change increase. Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you just like increase that to 10. So basically the
Mm-hmm.
database sleeps for 10 minutes before
Yeah.
it sends a response back to you. As simple as that.
Okay. I got it.
So these are nothing major, guys. So these are basically to identify whether it is possible for you guys to do something. And these are
Okay.
hexadecimal values. Whether or not the database is prone to accept these inputs and give you a response is what we are trying to identify over here. Got it?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. First off, I want you guys to try this command out, guys.
And please
So
tell the commands also.
okay, I'll make it easy for everyone. So I'll give you
Okay.
guys the commands, but you guys have to do some changing. You guys have to do some. You guys have to put in some elbow grease. Copy
Okay.
selection. So this is the first command. So here you guys have to change your IP address. Okay.
Okay.
Now I'm going to remove my IP address from here. You guys have to put your IP address. Okay. So hold on. I will give you these commands. So again, PHP session ID, you guys have to change. Also, Elvin, Dominic, and Crystal, you guys, what you have to do is first navigate to DBW security, set the
This
security
is
level
low.
to low. Okay, then come back to SQL injection blind. Then using burp suit, send a request.
Okay.
After that, you should be able to catch the session ID. Basically, you should be able to
Okay.
catch the cookie. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you guys have to replace the session ID. So
Okay.
I'm putting this over here, putting it as session ID. So you guys have to replace this. Don't use it as it is. It will not work.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
Any questions?
No.
No, we
Elvin and
just need
Crystal?
to replace the session ID and the URL.
Yes, you have to replace this entire thing, right? And your IP address and this entire thing you guys have to replace. Make
Oh,
sense?
and the IP address. Yes,
Do
yes.
not keep the markups. These arrows should be removed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay. I'm adding two more commands, and after that you guys can try it out. It should not take more than 10 minutes to try it out for all of you all. Okay, so OpenVAS is taking time, guys, and I really feel that if I keep continuing on that, I'll be able to get it running, but it will be a bad use of all of our times, and so I'm gonna accommodate that possibly in the next class. So you guys don't get left out on things in today's class. It's basically not a waste of time, right? So what I'm gonna do is
Okay.
after you guys finish running this, I'll start with system hacking. I'll give you guys the basics of system hacking and all that. Have we done Keyoptric setup, guys?
No.
You guys have not done Keyoptrics, right?
No.
No.
Okay. So next up is system hacking. So system hacking starts with Keyoptrics. Copy selection. Okay, again, session ID you guys have to replace here as well. Columns you guys can keep it. That's absolutely fine. Guys, and also save this command somewhere. It will definitely come in handy for you guys in your future endeavors as well.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Superb. So let's say tomorrow you're hacking into the client's PC, and if you keep these commands handy, it'll help you guys out.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just
I'm putting this out in the chat box for all of you all. Quickly try this out.
okay.
Crystal, even you please try it out, huh? Guys, are you able to do it? Anyone facing any issues?
What are we using in Burp Suite again? We're using the proxy, the interceptor. The interceptor should be on.
Yeah, we're using burp suite to catch the URL, right? So keep the intercept on. Proxy and keep the intercept on. Guys, any issues? Everyone's able to run it right? Dominic, Kelvin, and Crystal?
I'm on the way.
You're on the way.
I'm
Okay.
not. It's not.
What
It's not picking anything up on the Burp Suite.
for
Have you turned on the
Oh,
proxy
maybe it needs to
browser?
be set at low. Hold on. Maybe I need to change the security.
You have to set the proxy as well, huh? Don't forget.
You said, what did you say about the proxy?
You have to set the proxy, Dominic. See this? Turn on your Foxy proxy.
Oh, forgot to
You
turn on Foxy
forgot about
Proxy.
it,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
All right. No issues.
There it goes.
Is it coming for you folks?
Yeah.
Super. Is anyone getting stuck anywhere? Working? Mr. Elman, is it working for you?
yes.
Okay. Don't hesitate to ask me if you get stuck.
Okay.
Dominique, did it work?
I'm just putting I'm putting it in now.
Perfect. Say, I want you guys to run all the 4 commands, and the last one is more important because it shows you guys how it works. Okay? Copy glassing. Crystal, are you able to do it, Crystal? Oh, all right, Crystal. So please do it after you have time. Please save the commands, okay? Have a nice day, Crystal. Have a nice weekend. But I'll be asking you in the next class. Don't forget.
I have a question.
Yes, Dominic, please.
Um,
Go ahead.
everything in the command needs to, it's case sensitive, right? So everything needs to be
Yes,
as
yes,
is.
yes,
Okay.
absolutely. See, you have to get the session ID, okay? And you just have to replace the IP address. That's pretty much it.
So from IP address, we have to put a double quote over there, no?
For the
IP address, you have to put a double quotes to the
yes,
front,
you have
right?
to put the double quote. See, like this. So a sample would look somewhat like this, guys. Oh, my bad. Directly use a command. So this is how the sample is going to look. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, can you guys see this command? So this URL has to be inside the double quotes along with the IP address.
Okay.
Key. Security and PHP session should also be inside the double quotes. Make sense?
Okay.
Perfect.
Thanks. When it asks for fuzzy test, you have to put S, right?
Yes, you have to give yes. See, I would recommend you guys to explore that on your own because you guys get to learn a lot.
Okay.
Right? So for now, in the class, you guys say no. Ideally, possibly after the class, once you guys have time, go ahead and look at everything. Right? So that
Okay.
How
way
do
you
I
guys
copy the URL? How do you copy it?
Control Shift.
Select.
Just copy it like this, Dominic. Look at my screen.
Oh, just like normal? Okay.
Yeah, I just select it like this, okay? Then on your trackpad or on your mouse, just right click, say copy selection. That's pretty much it.
That's not working. Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Guys, done?
Yes.
Is it working? Are you guys able to see the cracked passwords?
Yes, yes.
Dominic? Dominic, if you're talking, you're on mute, Dominic.
No, mine didn't work.
What happened? Can you quickly show me your screen?
I must have did it like it's with the syntax. There's an error somewhere. 1 second. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Oh crap.
Here
Okay,
you go.
1 second. I'm
That's
gonna
fine,
share
that's
my
fine. Take your
screen.
time. Take your time. It's absolutely fine. And these things do take time initially, so I'm happy as long as you're trying it.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me see.
Show me where we are. Okay. Nope. So it's giving you SQLMap. All right. Great. Now, Dominic, can you go back to your go to the first command, Dominic. Click on the first command. This one. Yep. This one. Click on that. Okay, hold on. Show me your show me your terminal. All right, so this is the problem. You have not added the session ID. That's why it's not working. See this? You have to add session ID.
Where is the
And with
session
the
I
session
down
ID,
here?
this one, FH. Hold on, I'm writing on your screen. It might take a few seconds for you to be visible on your screen.
Oh, okay. Oh, the PHP session ID. Okay.
Yes, this is something that you have
Okay.
to add. Copy this.
Let me
I
see.
told you, right? Happens, Dominic. Copy the
Oh,
session ID.
oh, okay. The session ID is the last thing. I forgot the session ID. Okay,
Yes, and that's why it's
so
not going in. Just copy this, paste it there, open a notepad, put everything together inside that notepad, then come and type it on Kali, or else it's going to be difficult for you.
oh, that is an easier way to do it. Okay. Okay.
I think you left out F. Do Control Z, CTRL Z.
I'm sorry.
You have left out F from the PHP session, so it's going to be flagged as a wrong one. So you have to do Control C, not Control X.
I'm sorry. I don't understand what you're saying.
All right, so drop this request, turn off the intercept.
Turn off the intercept. Okay.
Yeah, turn off the intercept. Turn it on again. Send another request. Yeah. Oh, you've not logged in. Great. Okay, come back. Come back to Burp Suite. Turn off the intercept. You have to log in first, then turn on the intercept, or else it's going to be stopping you.
Okay.
Yeah, go back. Now log in. Perfect. Set the difficulty level to low.
Yes.
Okay.
Done. SQL injection blind. You put user ID 1 before hitting the submit. Turn on the intercept on Burp Suite. Now, before hitting submit. It's okay. Go back to Burp Suite, turn on the intercept, come back, put one and submit it.
Oh, maybe I need to.
Refresh.
No, the proxy is also on. No, Burp Suite, yeah. So hit submit. Go to Burp Suite. Turn off the intercept, turn it on again. Hit again from the Burp Suite. I don't think the proxy is hitting. Close your browser and restart it. Restart your browser, Dominic.
Okay.
Okay, turn on the Foxy proxy. Set it to Burp Suite. Okay, now try to hit it. Perfect. Yeah, drop these requests. Turn off the intercept node. Yeah, cool. Turn it off. Log into DVWA.
That's so many. Okay.
You can close the other two. You have to hit enter again. Yeah, just say refresh. Yeah, resend. Superb. Yeah. Inject SQL injection blind. Yes, turn on the intercept. Browser, put one, submit. Superb. Okay, now you have to copy the session ID. Just go double tap on 9 PNR. Like just double tap on this, you will be able to get the entire section. Double tap on it, copy it, Control C. Yeah, paste it.
So where can I find
Hmm.
the entire command? Like where can I
I've sent
copy
it
and
to you on
paste?
Slack. I've sent it to you on Zoom.
Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I think Mr. Ellen's already done.
He is. And if you guys want to go ahead, you don't have to wait for
Nope.
me.
We will handhold you as well. No, Mr. Ellen, you're okay with waiting for Dominic as well, right?
Yes, no problem.
Yep. We go together, Dominic.
Thank you.
So what you're going to do is copy from here to here. Copy this entire thing. Oh, you got this here. Great. So what you can do is just replace this IP address with 10.0.187. This entire thing you replace, Dominic. Also, remove the greater than symbol. Remove this as well. Remove the greater than symbol as well, please. Yeah. Yep. Remove it. 10 dot. Yeah. Superb. And now session ID is something that you have to replace. This entire thing you have to replace it with this value. This 1PAG, whatever you're seeing here, right? You have to replace it. Replace the session ID with this. Double tap on this. Yeah. Superb. Yeah. Paste it over there. Replace the entire thing.
And also the URL. Oh, it goes here. It goes in the beginning, the URL.
Remove 4, copy everything from SQLMap to batch and paste it on your command line.
Okay, so copy everything from here. and paste on the
From
command line.
SQLMap. Yep. Without for, copy everything from here. No, not the entire thing, Dominic. See, line number 7, right? Line number
Yes.
7, right? Copy things from SQL till batch.
And this is what goes into the terminal.
Yes.
Yes.
Paste it, hit it. What happened? I think you made a typo over there. Paste selection. Hit enter. Superb.
Oh, there it goes.
That's pretty much it. That's all. As simple as that. Easy?
It is easy.
Absolutely. See, guys, to give you guys a good perspective, right? Most of hacking, be it red hat, gray hat, or white hat, we will get stuck in only one place, which is setup. The second place where we get stuck is recon. Apart from that, everything else is as simple as running a command. You guys will be, astonished at the pace at which things go fast.
Okay.
Right. So guys, I wanted to do the Geoptric setup today itself, but that setup definitely would take time and you guys may not get everything if I rush forward. So possibly in the next class when we start, we'll do the Geoptric setup. Then I will show you guys the system hacking. So for system hacking, we will be utilizing Metasploit, Nmap as well. So you guys get a full combination of the tools. And I'm very certain that we've already done almost all the tools that you guys will be using. So it's going to make things easy for us. Okay, in the next class, you'll also be learning something called as John the Ripper, which will be used for password cracking as well. So it should be relatively easy for you folks to start up. Okay. Any questions so far?
No.
Sounds good.
Sounds good, guys. And important thing, guys, no matter how much ever I do in the class, unless and until you guys practice, all this will be of no use. So I highly recommend, and I also request you guys to practice it as and when you guys get time. Okay?
Okay.
It's applicable for everyone who's not in the video as well, who's not in this class as well, who was seeing the recording.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Hmm? Right, guys.
Okay.
I wish you guys all the very best for this week. Practice. Next week when we start, we will start with the system hacking. So please be ready. Also practice SQLMap as well in between. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
Okay.
Take care,
Thanks. Have
guys.
a
If
nice
you get
day.
any doubts,
Bye.
reach out to me via support email. Okay. I'll check on
Okay,
this
definitely.
why they are not sending me the mails. All right. I'll get back to you guys on that.
Okay,
Okay,
fine.
please. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.